Hi, this is Ginger Cook, and on Ginger Snaps today, what I want to talk about is adding detail to a painting. One of the things that I like to do when I teach art lessons on gingercooklive.gallery, which is a weekly lessons I add every week, one of the things I like to do is go back and do impressionistic paintings. This was a tulip field by Monet, and I have a lot of impressionistic paintings and art lessons on gingercooklive.gallery because people really enjoy looking at the colors and the way that these fabulous artists painted things. But sometimes it gets intimidating when you start to add detail, like the houses and so forth. People get really good with all this, and then they go, I don't know about that. So I'm going to show you a simple way to sort of do this that will just kind of take away some of the fear of adding detail. Now, what you've got to appreciate, what we acrylic artists have, is a tremendous advantage, is that everything dries. And if you're using a hairdryer and have dried stuff, then you have the ability to put something on and add something, and if you don't like it, you can take it off. And now here's an example of this painting. It has the little houses on it, but you'll notice that we don't have the windmill. All right, don't have the windmill on this. So suppose it doesn't really matter what you were painting, but what you want to do is get as far as you can and then dry it. And if possible, leave it overnight because it lets this paint really set. Because then what you can, if you're going to add something, say, like a windmill, you can then take your chalk and you can, this is a little chalk pencil by General. It's called a charcoal white. You can sharpen these, right? So you can then go ahead and take your windmill and you can, draw it on. Even if you had to do it on a piece of paper and transfer it, I show you how to do that too. But let's just say there's my windmill. Now suppose I just didn't like that. I mean, I do, but suppose I didn't. I could just take some chalk and erase it, okay? And I could put it in again because it's dry. This is dry. Now, I'm not hurting anything. Now, you'll notice this is sort of sweeping. One of the things I would tell you want to watch is your direction. You'll notice in this windmill, it's curving this way. It's not a straight line. Really pay attention to the curves, all right? That's what, does it curve in? Does it curve out? What happens up at the top? Maybe you need to measure something like this and then come back with your fingers and measure again so you get it about the right size. All right, so I'm going to just show you this fast little trick on painting something in that you're just a little bit worried about. So we're going to take a small brush. Let's see. Let's find a different one. Here, I'll just use a small little, this has been in the water, so I'm going to sure and dry it off, a 3/8 inch Simply Simmons angle brush. And this windmill is sort of kind of a purpley brown color, so I'm going to take some burnt umber, a little ultramarine blue, some cad red medium, a little bit more cad red medium here, and I'm going to go ahead, and the first thing I would do would be to paint it in dark, the darkest color on the windmill. That would be the first thing I would do to paint this in, the darkest color on the windmill, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to say that there's a little top on it, like that. Now, suppose, I don't want you to panic here, but suppose that for whatever reason you just didn't like it. You did it and you're thinking, man, I just hate this. Now, this is what I'm going to show you about the advantage of having your picture dry and why acrylic painters can be really fearless, all right? Now, let me show you this. Now, here's some water and a spray bottle. I'm just going to do this. Okay, can't do this with oil or watercolor. You can come up here like this, and you can erase the whole thing, and you have not hurt what's underneath. You see that? You can paint over it and do it in a few times. If it doesn't work, paint it a few times. That is a fantastic way to give yourself some confidence. Make sure your picture has, you get it to the part where you're okay with it. Make sure it's had at least overnight to dry, and you've dried it originally with a hairdryer. Make sure it's nice and dry. Now, if I was going to paint this again because I use water, I would dry it with a hairdryer, and I would go ahead and put this windmill in. And that is probably one of the best things I can share with you. So, don't worry if you're just a little concerned about your ability to put something in. You can do it a few times and you're not going to hurt anything. That is the advantage of acrylic paint. So, all right, that's my ginger snap tip of the day. I think that's a great tip. How to add something and then get rid of it if you just didn't feel you did it, and do it in a couple times. Make sure that you have it just the way you want it. Boy, you've got so much freedom with acrylic paint. So if this was an invite you, if you think you'd like to learn more about painting some of these impressionistic paintings, come over to gingercooklive.gallery, check us out, try us out for a month, see if it's fun. One of the things I do, and when you send me your artwork, I will critique it and send it back. So that's sort of a nice advantage too. You get personal coaching from me. So anyway, have a nice day. Appreciate likes and comments. This is the Ginger Snap tip of the day. Thank you.